beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time here and you don't already know me, hi, my name is Caitlin O'Neill, and today I really felt pressed by the Lord to share something with you that He was really pressing into my quiet times, and I really just wanted to share this with you because I feel like it is very cool and very applicable to our lives. So I wanted to talk about context. So have you ever been in a sermon or listening to a preacher preach his message and the preacher's going really in depth about a specific story or verse or a word? Sometimes it can be very boring. Let's just be honest. I remember growing up and sitting in a sermon when he's going into massive amounts of context about a Bible story or a verse and word by word. It was so boring and it was so hard to follow. But now looking back, I see the value of it because the whole point is that context is the most important thing we can have. One of the most important things we can have. Now let me explain. Context gives value. Context gives purpose, and context shows the product of hardship. And as the Lord was speaking this to me, I really felt so prominently of context is how we reflect on our lives. Now, I want to give you an example, kind of like an illustration almost, and a story. So, what if I told you that a woman and her husband were trying to have a baby and got pregnant? That would be any normal story. What's the big significance about that? But then what if I told you that as a young girl, she found out she had a golf ball sized cyst on her ovaries and had to get it surgically removed. And the doctor said that she would always have fertility issues if she could even get pregnant. Fast forward to when she's married and is trying to have a baby with her husband, and miscarriage after miscarriage, doctors telling her there's nothing that they can do to help her have a child and carry it. And then after years and years of praying, what if I told you that miraculously, by the hand of God, she got pregnant and carried the baby to term? And doctors were stunned and in dismay and disbelief at this miracle that the Lord performed in their lives. That would be a way better story and a way more powerful story than if I just told you that a woman and her husband were trying to have a baby. You see, because I gave you context and I gave you all the hardship that led up to the reward in the end. And that is the importance of context. And I would challenge everyone to look at the context within your own lives, because let me tell you, even if you're not feeling like, I don't know what my context is, I don't know what I'm doing, even if you're in that season, there is context for your life. Either you're going through a season now where the Lord is building and growing that later on down the road, you'll look back and you'll see the significance of where you are now, or you are in a season of looking back on your life and seeing the hand of God guide you every step of the way. That is the most amazing thing, in my opinion, is to be able to look back on God working in your life and see the undoubtable hand of God loving and caring and guiding us every second. And that's why I wanted to share the importance of context. And I also wanted to read James 2:1-4, and it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." I love that verse so much because it does show that we are going to have trials. The Bible says very clearly that we will have trials. Even as Christians, we go through so many hard times. But verses like this is the hope. Verses like this is what we can root our foundation in, and root our foundation in the Lord and His promises in our lives, because just like this verse says, no matter all of the hard trials that life will try to throw at us, God is steadfast. And God is never shaken, never stirred from His position in our lives. And He loves us and carries us every second. And that is what I wanted to show you, is just to look and be conscious of the context within your own life. Because, honey, let me tell you, it's there. I'm telling you, our lives are just full of stories that build us up and tear us down and make us the person we are today and the person we're going to be 10 years from now or 5 years from now. All of the things that happen are for a purpose. And those all play into a great grand story that is our life, you know? And I wanted to share this with you. And if you don't already follow me on my social medias, I will have all of that down below. And follow for more faith-based content. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.